lately, after seeing Randy Orton's interview with Chris Jericho, as well as his quasi interview that he had with The Miz the other night, it made me kind of think about not only his career, but also the SummerSlam match and what would happen if he does get in trouble. Now, the one thing that kind of got me at first was, why isn't the WWE punishing him for this? You got Roman Reigns for this, so why didn't you get Brock Lesnar? After looking at the Washington Post as well as the Yardbarker, they actually said that the WWE is not going to punish Brock Lesnar because he's a part-timer, while Roman Reigns is a first-timer. Well, they didn't really mention Roman Reigns. I'm just saying it makes sense now. Roman Reigns is a full-timer, while Brock Lesnar is a part-timer. What they're going to do with his contract, I have no idea. And from what I'm hearing, it may not be the same anyway, because right now we don't even have a clue if Paul Heyman's going to be coming back, because they're still negotiating his contract after his contract expired. But that's a whole nother video in itself. When it comes to Brock Lesnar's word, well, not really so much his word, but his name means something. His name has a lot of credibility behind it. And from the fact that this guy got in trouble for, I guess got tested for an enhancement drug, which is what I'm going to get into in a minute, I'm wondering what's going to happen to his credibility, especially in UFC. The guy went in to the UFC 200 fight being tested positive before the fight happened. So in a way, if the UFC wants to try to knock him down for his credibility, they got to look at themselves too. They knew what was going down before this match even happened, but this match was money. They knew this match was money. But it also made me wonder what was going to happen to him if the trial goes through. Now, the one thing that kind of bothered me a little bit was about the drug itself, because they said he was tested negative for as many times he's been performing. He has been tested negative. So it made me wonder, okay, is this some kind of conspiracy? Are they trying to take this guy out because of how much of a beast he is, how popular he is, the fact he's a wrestler? I kept thinking all kinds of crazy theories. But I ended up looking up exactly what the drug is, and it's clopamine citrate, which is taken in pill form. But clopamine citrate is used as a fertility drug in women, but it has a side effect in men like a steroid, which increases testosterone. Now, there are a lot of drugs out there that have purposes that are different from what the side effects are. That their side effects end up becoming the overall purpose of the drug. For example, Viagra. Viagra was never supposed to be used as a drug for erectile dysfunction. It was used as a drug for people who had heart problems because it's a vasodilator. And of course, with the vasodilator, not only do your blood vessels all open up to allow a lot of blood flow to go through, which is why it's used for people with heart conditions, it also increases blood flow to the penis, which actually allows, of course, your penis to be erect for those that actually have that problem or lack of blood flow down there. Now, when it comes to clopamine citrate is used for women as a fertility drug, but it actually had a side effect that increases testosterone in men. The biggest thing is this: why in the world, as somebody as jacked and as huge as Brock Lesnar, take an enhancement drug, even though it is intentionally meant to be a fertility drug for women, but has a reverse side effect in men? Why would you need it? I actually saw a documentary of Brock Lesnar many years ago, and even as a kid, this guy was jacked. He didn't even look his age. He looked a lot older than he did because of how big he was. So why in the world would he need an enhancement drug? He ripped off a freaking car door and threw it in the crowd. But that also makes you wonder, was he even on enhancement drugs then? You see what I'm getting at here? The fact that Brock Lesnar's been booked as a beast for many years makes you question whether or not this guy was enhanced even then. Now, for me personally, I think the guy is just an overall big guy. He's been a big guy for a long time, and he was in sports that actually showcases how big and strong he is. I honestly think that Brock Lesnar was legit even then when he ripped off the car door. But now I wouldn't be surprised that a lot of people may think that Brock Lesnar was a fraud after finding out that he got tested for this drug. But Honestly, the WWE said that for every test he's taken, including part-timers, they have to take drug tests. That he was clean throughout the entire time. And also for UFC, he was clean until now. Which makes me wonder, why now? Does he really care about his career? Is he absolutely done? And Brock Lesnar comes off as a bit cocky about it. It's like Brock Lesnar does what Brock Lesnar does. And I'm like, maybe his character is kind of going into his personal life a bit. That's just me personally. But I'm like, yeah, your name means something. Your name is gold, dude. Like, on the real, I would not be casual about that. For the fact that you got caught for... And I know Brock Lesnar probably makes a ton of money, has a ton of land, and even when he makes more money, he buys more farmland. He's a farmhand. You know, he's a farm boy in his mind and in his heart. That's who he is. He was raised a farm boy. But he's just a little bit way too casual about the situation. He's been booked as a dominant monster for years. There's no way that Paul Heyman can even talk his way out of this. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But I'm hoping somehow that he does not get eliminated by this, because in my humble opinion, he shouldn't. With the whole UFC standards, I don't know exactly what the doping laws are. But yeah, it could be it's not really could be a possibility. He did use it as an enhancement drug. But it's not used as an enhancement drug. For steroids is made to increase testosterone. That's the overall purpose. But this is a drug that's used for fertility that has a side effect for testosterone. I'm only going by the law here. Now, if they're talking about enhancement drugs, enhancement drugs is what the whole purpose of the drug is. It's used to enhance. This just had a side effect that actually created enhancement. So I'm wondering if they actually do fine him or actually ban him for 2 years, will they be going against their own law? That's just my opinion. Because honestly, clopidogrel citrate is not used as an enhancement drug. It is used as a fertility drug for women. He used it as a means to enhance, but technically it's not used as an enhancement drug. That's not its overall purpose. So if they're actually going to go by their doping laws, I don't really have any idea what they are, but that's just my own personal thinking here. If they're saying that he used enhancement drugs, technically it isn't. So if he gets banned by it, in my opinion, they'll be going against their own law, because it's not really used as an enhancement drug. I'm not by any means saying that Brock Lesnar is innocent here. I am not, because he knew what he was doing when that drug was taken. But the drug was just not meant to be that way. And that's just what I'm saying here. If he gets banned, then he'll get banned for a wrong reason. I mean, that's just me. But the trial itself for his UFC career is going to be in September. So more than likely we'll get some more light. There'll be some more light shed upon the situation at the moment. But as of right now, it's in limbo. But he just seems like he really doesn't care. But hey, it's Brock Lesnar. He's making twice as much money as I'll ever make. And I'll tell you one thing. If he's cool about it, we really shouldn't be worried about it either. And I guess I'm just talking about myself. But other than that, guys, I want to hear your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts about Brock Lesnar being tested positive twice for clopidogrel citrate? As well as the possibility of him being banned for 2 years and WWE not punishing him for it. Not to mention, if he does get banned, do you think it'll be a fair? Verdict, or do you think that it won't be? Because for me, I don't think it'll be fair if he gets banned, because that's not what the drug was used for. Even though they use it for those purposes, if they're gonna base it on the drug, they can. That's just what I'm saying. But I want to hear y'all's thoughts on this. Ninja Girl 30 signing off. Peace out. Later.